welcome to Inside the Huddle, the podcast that brings you the heart and soul of Rolla Bulldogs high school sports. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the Huddle, brought to you by Romo Athletics and powered by our title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. They are 100% employee owned. They are 100% community champions. They are bankers by day. And you know what they are by night? Bulldog fans. Right? We know that. We know they're Bulldog fans. Appreciate everything they do to support not just our athletic program and our high school or grade schools, but just the community as a whole. So here we are. This is season 3, episode 75 of Inside the Huddle with the Home Sweet Mo Properties edition, which is a spotlight edition. So appreciate them doing that. And here we are again. This is almost like deja vu for some of us, for you and I. For the rest of you, you didn't experience this. But here we are. We have senior Roman Stanislawski. He has signed last week or before that for Missouri S&T to play soccer. Roman, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I had a little technical difficulty last week. We tried to get this out live right after the signing, and it was a big event. Everybody was here. It was a great turnout. I just had a little technical difficulties, and man, Roman's great enough to, hey, we're going to go through this again, and we're going to get it going.
Yeah.
That's good. So you let's talk about your time here at as your career here at Rolla High School. You know, we got the 4-year varsity starter. You're a soccer captain, first team all conference back when we had the conference. And hey, look, in a couple of years we'll be back into a conference.
Yeah.
But most of your time without. 2-time all district performer. 2-time Rolla MVP for the team, 2-time midfielder of the year. You were on the national champion team with your club team, the Gallagher team. Then you throw in the academics and the NHS. Man, it's been a great career for you. It's got to be something that you take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So with that, I mean, what's it mean? So you're coming through here all the time, competing with your classmates, and you got kids above you that you're really comfortable with. I'm sure you played younger with some of the older guys that were ahead of you. What's it been like to play with that group of kids and come through this process? And now you're getting ready for the next stage.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great. Like, I've learned a lot from my teammates, especially the ones who I've been with on nights. They're all very good people, extremely hardworking players too, and they're exceptional teammates. And so I've learned a lot about how to be a good teammate and everything from them.
So you were part of the Knights program early on.
Yes.
And then you moved into Scott Gallagher.
Yeah.
What team was that when you were on there?
When I first started, I played with the 06 Elite team. I started guest playing with them in 7th grade, and then I was fully on a team in 8th grade.
Okay. And that's kind of a goal prosecuting it. So that's a big time team. It's probably the top program out of St. Louis, I would say.
Yeah, it's one of the highest teams. There's at the time, I think it was the highest level.
And what we need to know is, this is live when you have things like this happening. Because it is one of the challenges of being in the high school with the systems.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you always kind of go with it. It's like, okay, let's see what we got. We can time this between announcements. Well, the post-school announcements are the tough ones. So you got those programs, like you said, with the Gallagher up there. I know historically the ones. I remember when you had the all-time goal scorer leader here from Rolla,
Froelich.
Aaron Froelich.
Yeah.
He was part of that Gallagher program, and that whole group he was with. I mean, I think they all played there too. Multiple of the kids, the Hunter Shorts, and all of them. And they all went on and played in college. I think 4 of those all went and played at least 3 of them were in the GLVC at one point. If it was GLVC back then, I think it was. So it's been kind of a pathway, it seems like, between the Knights program and getting our elite players up there to get to that next level and play on more of a national type schedule.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the S&T program. So and we had that. It's great because you've known the coach for a long time, right? And what role do you see do they say you playing? Again, you've been the midfielder pretty much your whole career.
Yeah.
And so is that how they see you as well, playing a midfielder in college?
Yeah, that's what he's told me is I'll be a midfielder. He says like that's clearly my natural position, and he's not gonna try to change that about me in any way. So he'll um he'll let me continue in the midfield, and um that's an exciting thing for me because that's where I want to
Yeah.
play. So
So let's talk about why choose him, Missouri S&T.
well, it's nice to have been here and like know the team, know the town and everything, of course. But then you add like academics and stuff, knowing the coach and everything, the relationships that I have with him, and already knowing some of the players too. That was a big part of it too, is the way I really like the culture there on the team. Is It's very much about the relationships that you make with your teammates, and it's also very competitive. They've got very good players, and they're very competitive mindset, but they're all in it together, and I really appreciate that, and I want to be a part of it too. So
So they're going to push each other. So they're competitive. They want to win as unit, but they also want to compete against each other to make each other better too,
yeah,
right? And I remember you saying before that one of the things about the Coach Cummings, right,
yes,
is that he puts things in perspective. He keeps things in perspective about why you're there,
hmm,
and that academics is important, that the team bonding, the team experience is important
yeah,
for you, and that makes a lot of sense when you said, "Hey, that culture is what I'm going for right there." That kind of sums it up, I think, pretty nice
yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
So your brother had played soccer at UMSL.
yes,
Yeah, and he did pretty well there, didn't he?
yeah, he did good,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of a cool thing. But then your sister, right? So Ellie went to S&T
yeah,
for academics, mechanical engineer.
hmm,
Yeah, because her and Trey, I just talked to on the phone. They went to school there at the same time and
hmm,
everything. So that's kind of cool.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So what type of degree are you looking at doing? Your sister was a mechanical engineer, and you're thinking about
I'm thinking mechanical as well.
okay,
Yeah.
and not because of her though.
No, not necessarily because of her. I mean, it is nice to like that she has like info on what it's like and everything.
Who the professors
To
are?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
gonna be nice.
but it's mostly the types of jobs
Yeah.
I hope to work on are likely mechanical. It could possibly be chemical, but I think mechanical is what I'm gonna
Yeah.
at least start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things about S&T. It has such a great history and so many great programs. And early on, everything translates, and it's not like you're going to a liberal arts school where you're having to take all the other electives
Hmm.
and the PE class and everything. I mean, it's pretty limited, and you're going in and you're jumping in
Yeah.
pretty quick, into
Yeah.
the process. So yeah, and a lot of those will translate really well between back and forth with the basic engineering type classes. So that's good. Um, so we talked about the night soccer. We talked about night soccer. We talked about the Gallagher soccer and having that family. Now let's talk about when you got started, because I mean it's been in your blood. Your sister played as well. I mean your dad's been a huge personality in the community for soccer,
Yeah.
involved with the Knights program. So when did you first start playing?
I mean, I don't really know the age because it feels like truly forever. But I mean, I think I started playing competitively. Well, I think I started playing Bracewell probably at like 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was before that.
Oh, I was gonna say it'd probably be before that because that's when they did the little 3-on-3 with no goalie, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So I don't know what age really, but just forever.
Yeah, and I can say how many times in the backyard before that trying to keep up with big brother and big sister,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a cool thing. So one of the things that happened uh, during the actual signing, again, you had a lot of people here, former coaches and everything. It was great to see. Um, Coach Howard and I were talking beforehand, and just had nothing but great things to say about you. So Coach Howard is the former coach. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach. If not, he should be a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, he's got all these records, and he's known throughout the state for his what he's done. He's coached your brother and your sister too. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so he made a post on social media. Okay, and I'm gonna pop this up there for people to see, and So for those of you that, if we don't have the video, what you're seeing here is it's a picture of Coach Howard and a young Roman, probably, I don't know, grade school. I don't know what age you're right there, middle
Yeah,
school, probably.
probably like 12,
Yeah, I'm trying to think
10.
about that age. And he's like, "You've always been around." So his quote was, "He's my favorite Rolla high school soccer player that I never had the pleasure of coaching, and it's not even close." He was telling me this, that you were always at the practices, you were always helping out. Here you are, with the ball on the sidelines, just being there, involved, listening. And then it's about who you are as a person, but it's who you are as a person as he watched you grow up and being that, again, the little brother waiting for the opportunity to play, to get onto that field and do this stuff. I got goosebumps right now, as you can tell right there. I just thought that was a great tribute. I like Coach Howard. And I don't know if you saw that when he posted that out there or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, I did see that. I really yeah, I know. That was very nice of him to say.
Yeah, I just want to kind of put that out there because I think that gets a little sentimental, and you don't think about Coach Howard being very sentimental. That's not kind of his personality, but
Yeah.
it did mean something for him. I know, and he was happy to be here with you when you signed. So I just wanted to kind of share that.
Yeah.
Um, so let's take a look at our sponsors, because then we're going to have some rapid fire questions to go on. Um, we already talked about Phelps County Bank. They are the title sponsor. They are 100% employee owned, do a tremendous job in our community. You can go to mypcb.com, or you can click on that. Uh, Click on the QR code, scan that QR code, and you can do that as well for that. We also have, let's see, got to pull those up again. We got Home Sweet Mo Properties. They're a Spotlight Edition, so they cover all the senior signings, where are they now type things, and all the kind of the special activities. Appreciate uh, Jared and Danielle out there. Taylor Chrysler. Appreciate them. They do our coach talk. So when we're having all the talks with the coaches about how the programs are going, they're kind of the sponsor of that. A new sponsor we got is RJ Pest Control. They are third generation, and over 30 plus years involved. Give them a call for any of your pest control needs. Give a shout out to Juan Skills Academy. Kobe Juan's two-time All-State Bulldog in basketball has his facility will be opening up hopefully middle of May, possibly late May. Jackie Morozowitz in full bloom, does backdrop rental, party decor. She had done the stuff for Roman signing, does a great job. Appreciate that. And you can find out more about Bulldog Sports inside the huddle. There's articles up there on the sporting activities at romoathletics.com. Scan that or go to www.romoathletics.com. You can find out a lot more about that stuff. There we go. That was a lot to say. So, okay, what's your best attribute in soccer?
Uh, First touch.
First touch.
Yeah.
Talk to me about first touch. I'm not a soccer guy.
When the pass is played to you, or a ball out of the air, the ability to control. I would say control in general more.
Okay, control and drill. But I like that. So it's that first touch. So it's not just about controlling the ball while you're dribbling, while you're doing the things with it, but it's that to get it the very first contact. Because if you bobble it, that allows the defense to get in position,
Hmm.
or you're miss the timing now of a teammate that might be cutting, and so being able to control it immediately and do something with it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that first touch. That's the first time I've heard that, and I'm like, man, I like that a lot. So, what do you think you need to focus on in college? I don't know if coaches talk to you about it, but what are the things you need to focus on in college to get that playing time at the next level?
I think speed and strength definitely. But what he's told me, just last time I talked to him, he said, you can't hit what you can't touch. So if I'm quick, then
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, hey, that's yeah, and it's going to be a definitely more physical game at
Yeah,
every level you
for
go.
sure.
But like, so that's a great way to look at it. Hey, quick enough, you're not going to get a clean shot, and then if you can be strong enough to absorb it and keep moving, and I think that's yeah, you play what you got, man. Take
Yeah.
advantage of what you have. Do you have any pregame, postgame rituals we talk about?
I always say a little prayer, and then I listen to. Well, before that, I listen to the same playlists all the time, and then before the last song I listened to is "Follow God" by Kanye, and then um, when I'm putting my cleats on, putting all my stuff on,
Yeah.
it's always go left then my right, left foot, right foot every time for everything really, and yeah, I have a lot of other things I do too, but yeah.
Any post game, anything you do like to wind down, or how you come out of a game? Is there anything that okay, I always do this, right? Always eat this food. I always listen to this. Do you have anything else?
After the game, I kind of just let myself relax. I try not to, like be too tense
Yeah,
about
yeah.
anything. So, not really anything after the game actually.
So it's interesting. We did an interview with Cooper Light, who's going to ride rodeo at Missouri State West Plains. So I asked him, "Hey, you got any pre-ride rituals or post-ride?" He's like, "No, I actually don't." He goes, "But maybe I should. Maybe that'll give me some more consistency." I thought it was kind of one of those like, oh, "I'm not saying you should, just asking." I thought that was kind of a funny response by him. Um, so, do you have a favorite soccer team that you follow?
I like Barcelona.
Okay,
They're probably my favorite. I also like Man City a lot.
okay,
But they're in separate leagues, so it's okay for me to.
okay.
I don't feel bad about
Like
supporting both of them.
okay, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm good on that. Just I know sometimes you get some of those hooligans out there. They get a little feisty. If you get the
Yeah,
wrong ones, I was
it's
like,
true.
oh, better be careful. Do you have a favorite player that you then follow?
Messi's my
Okay,
favorite by far.
okay, understand that. Now, who do you who would you pattern your game after? Is there a player out there that you're saying, okay, this is who I've patterned my game after?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of midfielders that I kind of study a little bit, like Modric and Cruz. But the one person who I have shaped my game after the most is probably Gabe, just because I've watched him more than any other player probably, and I've trained with him so much and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
And he's big brother, man.
yeah,
It's a lot to be said about that. You grew up kind of wanting, I don't know if you had his number or not or anything like
I
that.
did.
Did
Yeah,
you? Yeah,
still do.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm getting goosebumps again, man. Yeah, it's always a great thing to see that and have that connection with the family and build on it. And like you said, your dad was involved forever
Hmm.
coming up. And, yeah, I don't know if we don't talk a whole lot about that. So let's go back and talk about while we're bringing that up, talk about Gabe. Man, your dad coached did he
Yeah.
coach you the whole time, right?
Yeah, he coached me almost all my time on nights, all but like 1 or 2 seasons. But yeah, he coached me and my team for a long time. And yeah, he did a good job with us too.
And it could be a challenge. I mean, again, as someone who's coached their kids as well, and I would always coach my kids to a certain point, and then I would like, okay, I need a new voice because
Mhm,
my voice, you got my voice at home too,
yeah,
and then I would bring somebody else in that would kind of take over from that, and it's tough because as a father, you're trying to separate, but you can't always do it, and you just want what's best. I had to have a conversation with a dad before that was in our my who I ran with, and had to have a conversation with them about, hey, how that the impact it has on a kid. And I know I've had to do that where, I've had to apologize stuff. But ultimately, I mean, and I think we talked before about, the fundamentals and the foundation that your dad provided
yeah,
was pretty key, wasn't it?
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, he's a very good like technical coach, especially for the young youth. I think he does a really good job, implementing discipline. And he's a hard coach. A lot of players, didn't like him while he was their
Yeah.
coach necessarily, but after, once we got to high school and everything, every time any of us, well, I say us, I see
Yeah.
him every day, but any of my other teammates would see him, they would always like say hi to him,
Yeah.
shake his hand and everything. So
Yeah,
um,
because they can respect what it's teaching. It's always tough at the
yeah.
time sometimes, but what he teaches and why he taught it and the impact that teaching, like you said, at an early age
Mhm.
can have on them when they're older and they understand the benefits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're a kid, you don't always understand, why, but afterwards you can look back on it and say, yeah, that helped.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
definitely.
that's cool. And yeah, and having that structure and that discipline and on the fundamentals is critical in any sport. And you watch programs come through, and when they struggle, you can probably trace that back to the fundamentals and the
Mhm.
things that happened.
Definitely.
And when teams have success, like you did throughout the high school career, and your brother did, and that program for so long, that carries over, carries over.
Mhm.
Um, so favorite soccer field that you've ever played on?
Soccer field. Oh, in Virginia for nationals,
Okay, and that was
where we
with the
played.
Gallagher team, yeah. So,
Yes, where we played our national final. That field was my favorite.
what was it about the field?
It was grass, super well kept grass. It felt like what I imagine the professional fields feel like, and we played on it early in the morning too, so it was like dewy on the ground, so it was wet. So the speed of the ball was, perfect. You could hit like grass cutters across it too, and it's just a great atmosphere, and the weather happened to be great too, so it's a very good memory of that field.
And it was the national championship game.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, so did that color it at all? I mean, there was a
That
national
might be
championship,
that
but I
might.
was gonna say, because that can really add to the memory too, you know?
Yeah, that definitely does too. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, and so favorite soccer moment, if I'm gonna follow up with the field you played on, what was the favorite soccer moment?
I mean, moment of all time, is winning
Yeah,
nationals for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, that's something that I'll always remember, I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about favorite soccer moment at Rolla High School?
I think winning against Jeff in overtime, or not overtime, PKs,
Oh, yeah.
sophomore year. That was good. Um, I really liked those seniors that year, and and all of my teammates really. But um, that was a very memorable game for us.
Yeah. I was gonna say that would be a good one right there. Yeah, anytime it goes to penalty kicks and it's against Jeff City,
Yeah,
yeah, it makes it even that much better, doesn't it?
yeah.
So, do you have a favorite school memory outside of soccer?
Um, I like Powder Puff was fun doing the cheerleading. It was a little out of my comfort zone,
Yeah.
but it was fun. And I also remember my friend Bo Hesse sang at Poetry Jam. He sang Firework, and that is probably the funniest thing I've witnessed in school. So that's my favorite school memory.
Do you think we could get him on Inside the Huddle to do that again?
He probably would if you really asked him.
Would it be worthwhile to have on here?
I mean, he sounds horrible.
No, it might be perfect then.
Yeah.
Might be perfect. We could make it all serious with them though. That's awesome. No, you talked about the powder puff. I know that was what an event that was. The homecoming football game had been canceled because the team had backed out or had some issues. So stepped up. We had the annual powder puff game between the juniors and the seniors.
Mhm.
Senior girls won again. So they won as juniors and as seniors. And then what they would do is they would have a lot of the guys, athletes from the classes would then go on and be the cheerleaders for the girls playing football and perform at halftime. And there's a lot of you on there that I was like, okay, I'm kind of shocked you guys are out there because of a little bit out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Think about that. I thought about Cameron Martins, and I'm like, I did not expect that. The kid won't say, more than a couple words to you. And man, you guys got out there, and you could tell it was fun. It was a great environment, huge crowd, and
Yeah.
it was, it was an exceptional event. So that's kind of cool. That one I like that a lot. Um, so okay, I'm gonna do some rapid fire stuff for you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Grass or turf?
Grass.
Okay. Okay. So now this is between you and your brother Gabe. Who has better ball control?
Me.
Who's faster?
Gabe.
Who's a better scorer?
Gabe.
Who's more physical?
Gabe.
Who's more likely to pass?
Me.
All right. All right. All right. Ideal weekend to relax.
Ideal weekend.
Yeah, you got no soccer going on, nothing happening. Don't have to go do any special workouts. How are you going to relax?
I'm gonna probably sleep in, um, make pancakes, and watch anime.
Watch some anime. You got a favorite anime?
Bleach.
Bleach. Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea about anime. I just asked that because Trey and Ethan watch anime, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
and
that
I
was
didn't
a
know.
good one.
Okay.
So it's old, but it's
Yeah.
good.
I'm sure they know about that one as well. Favorite fast food restaurant?
Canes.
We talked about that. Yeah, I talked
Yeah.
about that before. Yeah, I'm a Chick-fil-A guy. I'll be honest. Just Chick-fil-A guy. I'm not a fan of Canes. Ethan's a Canes guy.
You don't like canes?
I mean, I typically don't eat it. Yeah.
Wow,
I'm
that's
gonna go
surprising.
I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A and then I'm gonna go Lee's Chicken because
Least is good too.
the tenders are
Yeah,
I
those are
like the
both good.
tenders. And then I'm probably gonna go Popeyes, and then I'll kind of end up at Cane's.
Okay,
But I
that's
have to eat
fair.
Cane's sometimes. Sometimes we do the double stop.
Oh,
So like up
really?
up in St. Louis, there'll be like a Cane's and like 2 blocks down the road's a Chick-fil-A, and I do both stops.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. But I think I might be on the lone side on the Chick-fil-A in our family. Um, yeah, the rest of them all go to Cane's. Um, favorite home cooked meal.
My mom's chicken parm is really good.
So we're going to have a cook off because there was someone else I had on here and they talked about their mom's chicken parm. So I'm thinking we could get seniors chicken parm night and then I'll be the judge and then
Okay.
everyone can cook it and I'll just try them out and let you know.
Okay, sure.
I think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I'll tell my mom.
We'll get that set up. Um, if I wasn't a soccer player, I'd be doing what?
I don't know. Maybe tennis. Tennis is fun. Or if we had, yeah, I told you this last time. If we had men's volleyball, I could be a libero.
Libero,
I
man.
mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be good at it, but I would do it.
Oh, you would
It'd be
get there
fun.
though. Man, if we had it, you would be working on it and it's something you would have been doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
tell you
true.
right there, yeah, because yeah, the S&T team just won the conference and everything,
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
volleyball for the first time ever and stuff. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good stuff for them. Um, so, what advice do you have for those young kids that are coming out? Maybe they're heading into night soccer and they got these dreams of playing college soccer. They want to be you. They want to have your number. What advice do you have them about they need to be focused on so that they can reach their dreams?
Yeah. Um, I'd just say that you gotta do what it takes to stand out. And that, you may be working, your team may have success, now, and you may even be the best player on your team, but when you go, to the next level, there's always someone better than you, So if you're training just with your team 2-3 times a week or whatever, and then you go somewhere else where guys have been training 3-4 times a week plus, and then imagine how much better you could be if you just you know put a little bit more time in. If it's something you want, if you want to get better, then you really just have to put in the time and be willing to work.
Mm. So that's it. So I love that. Coach Sneed and I talked yesterday, but a lot of kids want it. A lot of kids want to be good. They want to be the best,
Hmm.
but they're not willing to do what it takes to get there. There's a difference between having the want and having the will.
Yeah.
And so you can want something, but will you do what it takes to get there? And that's what you just called out. And that is the difference.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Well, Roman, thanks a lot for being here with us. And we want to thank Phelps County Bank for being our title sponsor, Home Sweet Mill Properties for being the Spotlight Edition sponsor. Man, thanks for everything that you've done through the program, being part of that legacy, Stanislawski legacy of soccer here in Rolla. I mean, it's a name that everybody knows because of that and the impact that you guys have all had on soccer. It's a great tribute, and you're staying home, and you're right over
Hmm.
here at Missouri S&T. So, man, what a great opportunity! You're going to have a huge impact not just on the soccer team, but through your education, on whatever you choose to do in life. So, I wish you nothing but the best and appreciate
Thank
everything
you.
you've done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So for Roman Stanislawski, I am Tom Brown, and from inside the huddle to the heart of the game, we'll see you next time.